Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the broadcast of your Berlin Redcoats as they look to take on the Wethersfield Eagles. The Redcoats are 3-2 and the Eagles are 2-2. This should be a very, very close tooth and nail game. We got a good stream incoming for you guys. Hope you enjoy.
Sophomore number 33,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Connor here to present to you March 2nd, your Berlin Redcoats versus the Wethersfield Eagles. Unfortunately, my co-host John McGeever unable to make the stream tonight. Being the scholar he is busy at home working on a 20-page essay. We all wish him luck here, but right now we are focused on the Redcoats as they are set to take the tip-off. Olivia Halkias winning the tip-off for the Redcoats. Should be noted, though, that we are not down to McGeever tonight, as Claire McGeever, one of Berlin's star players out there, player of the game last week in their dominant win over Maloney, as Berlin set to inbounds the ball. Riley Kopp, Wethersfield forced to kick it out of bounds. Riley Kopp had to pass it in again. Gets it up top to the senior, Winter Jovan. Riley Kopp throws up a three, a little long. Mayo grabs the rebound. Good solid rebound. Claire pressured up top. We're setting the offense up. Working the ball around up top. Riley goes back door. Unfortunately intercepted by Wethersfield. Wethersfield loses their dribble in the backcourt, able to pick it up, set the ball up top. Wethersfield working the ball around up top. Throws up a three off the mark. Berlin ball as Wethersfield tries to save it, unable to make a successful save as McGeever sets to bring the ball up the court. Sets up the offense. Wethersfield pressuring her, picks up her dribble, in a little bit of trouble. Gets the ball back up top. It's Claire working the offense. Back up top to McGeever. Give and go play. Tap to Kopp. Claire unable to make it fall as Halkias fights for that rebound. Winter pump fakes. Back to the corner. Three just off the mark. Mayo grabbing a rebound. Berlin really out-rebounding Wethersfield. Something we've seen the boys and girls team both doing well as Kopp resets the ball with McGeever up top. little pass off to McGeever. She gives it back to Kopp in the corner, drives up the baseline, spins. Ball is stripped from her. She ends up with possession, as they call a 3-second violation in the paint on Riley Kopp. Wethersfield really playing a close man-to-man, leaving Berlin's inside open. See how that plays out the rest of the game. Wethersfield working the ball up now. As Kopp gets a finger on that pass. So Wethersfield really just throws that out of bounds there off of number 12's hands as Halkias is set to pass the ball into McGeever. As McGeever hands it off to Halkias, showing her speed there. Kopp wide open for 3. Just off the mark, not able to make it fall as McGeever goes up strong with it. Almost makes it fall, but she will be shooting 2. Claire unable to make that first one fall. See if she can knock the second one down here to give Berlin the lead. As she sinks that, what a beautiful sound to hear. Gives Berlin that 1-0 lead. Just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Wethersfield taking their time to set up the offense a little, trying to drive. Pass outside as the ball lands right in Winter's hands. Throws a good pass up to Kopp. As number 10 from Wethersfield throws her hands up, able to come down with it. Wethersfield taking their time, setting up the offense. Ooh. Don't know where that foul was. Looked like your feet were moving from here. As the foul was called on the senior Jovan. As Wethersfield makes a substitution. Wethersfield swinging the ball around, trying to see if they get a shot going here. As McGeever picks her up, throws up a wild shot. It falls to give Wethersfield a 2-1 lead. Just under 4:30 left in the first. As Claire McGeever gives it to Riley Kopp up top. Kopp picks up her dribble in a little bit of trouble here as McGeever gets the ball up top, resetting the offense. As work at the Halkias. Handoff to McGeever, driving, another handoff. As Wethersfield comes up with the steal, they got a 2-on-1. Unable to make it fall. As Berlin ends up with the ball. As a mask break is called, ever so important in that 0-2. Berlin so far only down by 1 halfway through this first quarter here. Wondering what kind of offensive changes they're looking to make or get that offense set up. I wonder if they're going to start firing off more threes. They will eventually start falling. If they're going to try and drive it down low to the post, maybe work it to Jovan or DeMayo, sorry. They have 3 very strong point guards or guards up top, and McGeever, Halkias, and Kopp. Wethersfield not backing down from them though on defense. Wondering how their defense is going to evolve through the game. If they're going to keep playing up close tight on them, because if one, as we saw, Cobb had a backdoor opportunity, unable to make it fall, unfortunately. But those backdoors are there, playing such a close man-to-man defense. Wondering how that defensive stylistic choice is going to affect it, as McGeever works the ball up the floor. Good handles as Halkias sets a pick. McGeever forced to pick up her dribble, passes it to DeMaio, as she's able to get it past her defender. Halkias working around, as McGeever pressured by number 1 on Wethersfield. DeMaio passes it to Kopp. Pump fake, drives in a little for the shot, off the mark. As Wethersfield comes up with the ball, fast court opportunity, overthrows the ball, the open man up the court. As the freshman, Emma Ellison, checks in for the junior, Riley Kopp. Just over 3 minutes left here, Berlin down 1. As McGeever working the ball up the court. Trying to find something. Wethersfield playing very close, very tight defense. Showing their lateral quickness as McGeever works it down low. Feeds it down low to 33. DeMaio able to get that layup in to make it a 3-2 game. Redcoats up 1. Wethersfield really not getting many shots off here in this first half, as they attempt a step back 3 that goes to put Wethersfield up by 2. As Emma Ellison passes the corner for Winter Jovan, just overthrown. Jump ball called. Wethersfield ball. McGeever picking up their dribbler at half court. Wethersfield trying to set a pick as Brown switches. Wethersfield driving. Pass to the corner. Wethersfield trying to swing it around, drive. Emma says, get that out of here. She absolutely just palms that ball. Nobody was getting a shot on her. McGeever, a little fast break opportunity. Ellison makes the layup to make it a tie ball game with just under 1:40 left here in the first quarter. As Wethersfield choosing not to use the screen, almost throws it away as Winter blocks it, comes up with it. Claire looking up court, unable to get the pass off in time as the refs get her for a travel. It is a tie ball game, just over 1:20 left here in this first quarter. As Kopp is checked back in for Ellison. McGeever picking her up at half court. Halkias lunging for the ball, saying not in her paint, not letting them get a shot in, as Carly Grega, the senior, checks out DeMaio. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her last name. It is important to note here that Grega is actually playing with a broken nose. She visibly has some sort of tape or something on her nose. Interested to see how that affects her shooting. She is known as a dominant shooter. Hopefully it doesn't impact her too much, as we've entered the less than 1 minute mark. Berlin setting up the offense here. Jovan holding the ball. Setting the ball up to Grego, whipping the ball around up top. Get the ball to McGeever. As Wethersfield dares her to go left, choosing to pass it to Jovan, maybe get a shot. Jovan able to recover, gets it to Grego, sets a good pick. Whipping the ball around here. 33 seconds left on the clock. Just over Jovan's head, as Wethersfield attempting to make something out of their 3-on-2 situation there, decides to walk with the ball instead to give Berlin an opportunity to score again. 26.6 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter. I wonder here if Berlin's going to opt for the one shot as we've seen in the men's game, or if they're just going to try and get a basket in here. Wethersfield's offense really not able to get too much work in here, as McGeever sets up the offense. Pass recovered by Grega. She takes her left. Resetting the ball here. 12 seconds left. Let's get the ball to Grega. Grega drives. 5 seconds. Grega's trap. Gets it to Joven. Pass to Halkias. Layup unable to fall, as it is a tie ball game. 5-5 at the end of the first. Brand new ball game going into the second quarter here. Fresh start for both teams. 24 minutes left in this game. Basically a 0-0 start here going into the second, being tied and all. Wondering what the coaches are talking about in these huddles here. Wethersfield, if they're going to try and... They have been really on offense, just trying these give and goes, Berlin, and not letting that happen, not letting them drive, really shutting them down. 1 3 and 1 layup, all they've gotten. Wethersfield playing pretty good defense on Berlin too. Berlin's had some good opportunities, unable to make them fall. Hopefully they start getting those drives and those threes falling in a second here. Really, talking to Coach King from Berlin earlier, she said this really is anybody's game. Both teams very solid. It's going to be a tooth and nail game, and what we saw here in the first quarter, it's basically it's 5-5. It's a tie ball game, showing that neither team's going to give in. Really though, Berlin showing that they are able to give themselves more opportunities there, though, out-rebounding Wethersfield, along with really just giving themselves much better shots at Wethersfield. So, well, it really is anybody's game. Berlin is looking like they're in great shape here. Those layups will start to fall. Those threes will start to fall, and Berlin will be in great shape when they do. As that starts, that brings us to the start of the second quarter. As Berlin is set to get the ball here. Kopp setting the ball up with McGeever here. Fortunate John was in here, but glad there's one McGeever in the gym tonight, as Halkias gets the ball back to McGeever, works it inside. She's a wide open Jovan. Shot a little far, unable to make it fall, as Wethersfield attempts to push the offense here. Give and go. Halkias not letting her get that off for free in the paint. Berlin fighting for the rebound. Mount drives, gets it to Halkias, makes that layup fall to put Berlin up by 2. 7:20 left here in the second. As Wethersfield whipping the ball up around the top here. Calling a screen, Berlin doing very good job switching on those screens here. Wethersfield drives, unable to make that layup fall, as Jovan comes down at the board, throws it up to Kopp. Kopp driving, got 4 people on her, passes it. That shot from the free throw line unable to fall, as Wethersfield throws a pass up all the way up the court. That Wethersfield layup was good to make it a 7-7 game. Berlin calling a timeout, resetting their offense here, checking in a sub. Really just showing exactly those sequences right there, showing exactly what Coach King was talking about. Tooth and nail game. Berlin able to get a strong layup in. Wethersfield answering right back with a good full court pass there to make it a once again tie game at 7-7 with 6:34. Once again, wondering what these coaches are talking about, as I don't know if Coach King is talking about defense, offense. Really, timeout was probably just give our players a chance to reset here. Tighten up a little on those transitions. We've seen Wethersfield have a couple opportunities. I believe that's the first one maybe the second, where they've been able to commit, get a basket out of those transitions. As we have 6:34 here, 7-7 ball game. Berlin setting to get past the ball, and as Wethersfield opting for a full court press, handing the ball off to McGeever, giving it to her for free. She sees a pass across the court to Halkias, working the ball up to the middle of the court, pressuring her, forcing her to throw a pass, a little wild pass there. She was being very heavily pressured as it leads to a turnover and Wethersfield ball. She was able to commit that pass. It was a 2-on-1, but unfortunate turn of events there ended up with Wethersfield holding on to the ball. As a give and go, backdoor, wide open layup, unable to make it fall as she gets her own rebound, puts it back up for the and one. She will be shooting one as Wethersfield takes the lead 9-7, looking to make it 10-7. As that first one rolls off the back of the rim and in. Joven checked back into the game. Kopp passes the ball into McGeever, working it up the court. As you see in Berlin, good passing team. Kopp, wide open layup to make it 10-9. I don't know why they're not guarding that baseline yet. She's gone back door on them numerous times. Able to make it a 1-point game. Wethersfield really just running a give and go kind of offense here. As she bricks that shot. As Berlin just watches it roll out of bounds, giving Berlin a free possession. Wethersfield didn't even make an attempt to grab that board. As McGeever brings it up the court. She's catching them sleeping a little. Wethersfield not really looking up as Halkias now has the ball. Working it with McGeever. Swinging the ball around Jovan. As number 3 from Wethersfield gets the steal. McGeever contests the layup. Number 3 from Wethersfield able to make it fall to make it Wethersfield 12, Berlin 9. That is a Vendetti from Wethersfield. As Wethersfield not really pressuring McGeever here, back and offload. I say both step back up on Halkias and McGeever. And Berlin, strong passing team as Kopp goes past her defender, works it down to Halkias as Vendetti thought she had a block. It didn't look like it from here. The refs didn't see it either, and that leaves Halkias with 2 shots. Sinking the first textbook shot there. As Berlin down by 2, 4:58 here. As Halkias looks to make it down by 1. Sinks the second. Really, both 2 phenomenal shots. As Wethersfield throwing to full court, give and go. As number 3 blocked by Kopp. She just threw right at her hands there. Great defense by Kopp. Good awareness. As McGeever throws it to Halkias in the corner. McGeever wide open up at the top of the key, unable to make it fall. The shots are looking good. They're just off the mark. As number 3, Venditti, throws a full court pass. Number 10 from Wethersfield, Barnett, trying to make something happen. Nothing is happening though, as Wethersfield forced to reset the ball up top. As they're running a lot of kind of like I don't even know how to describe it, a dish offense. Wethersfield, that's the first screen they decided to optimize. Gets a shot up top, off the mark, loses the ball, unable to get it. Wrestling for the ball, jump ball called. Halkias dives on top of that ball. Once again, giving Wethersfield the ball. They got the last one. Play stopped here for a mask break. Once again, talking about the importance of it. Keep these players well rested, getting them their oxygen in this. Masks are a little hard to play in. Got to keep those players level-headed with the oxygen. Scientifically, it's just not good as oxygen flow to the brain cuts off. Not good. both teams talking with their coaches. 4:06 here in the second, just about halfway through the second quarter here. Berlin down one at 12-11. Both teams showing strong offensive possibilities here. Hockey is sinking 2 key free throws there at the end, most recently, to make it a 1-point game. We've seen Vanessa Vendetti from Wethersfield hitting the threes, driving, throwing some full court dimes. Wondering, well, we've seen a couple other players from Wethersfield, if she is their true, stud, if she is their player who makes the most happen on offense, and if Berlin will have to change their defensive strategies as the game moves on here, if she continues to be a little bit of a problem, and in that pretty much most of Wethersfield's offense here, as she is checked out here. Wethersfield set to pass the ball in, as they just they pass the ball all the way around the arc, set up a 3 that hits. That is number 33 Alger from Wethersfield to give Wethersfield a 4-point lead, as they give McGeever a wide open lane. Zero clue why they keep giving them open lanes, as nothing but no option but to foul her, giving her 2 free shots here, hoping to capitalize on these and make it a 2-point game. McGeever set to shoot the first one. Makes the first one. Make the Redcoats down by 3, 15-12, 3:49 here left in the second. Set to shoot the second. Unable to make it fall, as Winter Yeoman fighting for that board. Wethersfield comes up with it. Oh, looked like her foot moved there. Grega is showing no fear of hurting that nose anymore. Coming up, playing strong, driving the ball full court of the full court now, as Jovan picks up the dribble, hits it out, resetting Berlin's offense. Halkias forced almost out of bounds there, throws up the layup, unable to make it fall. Wethersfield in transition, passing it out to number 33, unable to make that second one fall, as Berlin sets the ball up. Trying to force it inside to Jovan. Gives it to McGeever. Out to Grega in the corner. That 3's just off the mark as Jovan grabs it. Goes up strong with it. Wethersfield jumps at Jovan as she tries to put up the layup. Went for the monster block. Missed. Hit Jovan. And Jovan is now shooting 2. Hoping to make this a 1-point game here. 2:50 left in the second. Just a little wide right as it rolls around the rim. 15-12. Hoping to make it 15-13. Down by 2. Which are set to shoot the second here. Unable to make the second fall as Berlin. Wethersfield not boxing out. Goes right over their head. Looks like she slid while on her knees there. Carly Garga playing stellar defense, good game sense, knowing to run up to trap her. No, she had nowhere to go, really, forcing Wethersfield to spend a timeout. Wethersfield up by 3, 2:30 left in the second. Wethersfield had to call that timeout. There's a free Berlin ball. A clock was ticking. Nothing they could do. Berlin really shouldn't have been in a position to even have that ball. It's two people down lowest on the block. Job to box out and grab those rebounds. Really caught slack in there. Berlin almost comes away with it. Berlin doesn't get one of Wethersfield's timeouts here, though. Interesting how timeouts are gonna play out here at the end of the second quarter. As another thing to note, fouls, with Wethersfield having 2 more fouls on the quarter than Berlin, meaning Berlin has 2 more to give as the quarter winds down. Wethersfield setting up the offense. It gets it to number 33. Possibly Wethersfield's shooter. Swing the ball back around. As Wethersfield thinks they have a mismatch down low on Grega. She is smaller, but she is just not saying, not in my house. As number 33 from Wethersfield, Alger sinks another three. Berlin trying to make something happen. Down 6. 2 minutes left in the second. Working the ball across here to Grega, wide open lane, and gives it to Joven. As Wethersfield standing in winner's way there. Blocking foul called on, I believe, number 5, Griffin. Winter will once again be given 2 more shots. Hoping to capitalize on these, make it a 4-point game. Textbook for Winter as she sinks the first one, make it a 5-point game. The second, good, 2 to make it a 4-point game. Wethersfield not giving Berlin a second to catch their breath. Berlin locking them up right away, not letting 33 take any more shots. As number 12 drives, that would be number 12, Grenier, driving to make it once again a 6-point game in favor of Wethersfield. 20-14, 1:24 here as the clock ticking down. Berlin driving, Carly, the quicker player there, forcing her defender to foul her, giving her 2 shots, hoping to once again make it a 4-point game. 1:17 left in the second quarter. Grega sinks the first one, makes it a 5-point game. That is Wethersfield's 6th foul here on the half. As Grega set to shoot the second. Grega sinks them both, showing that nose is not affecting her at all. Wethersfield once again not letting Berlin breathe. Probably should have let them there. Throws it over number 25's head. That is Amadeo. Ball's thrown right over her head, right out of bounds. Basically handing the ball off to Berlin for free, hoping to at least have in this lead that Wethersfield has. Grega, strong crossover, Euro. Throws up the layup, unable to make it fall. Winner closing out on their shooter. Winner once again closing out on the shooter as no one really grabs from both teams. Wethersfield gets it out to their shooter once again. She shoots it wide. As McGeever having the superior position there. No, number 11 of Wethersfield. Tomeno, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of these names. Tomeno, really nowhere to go but to try and move McGeever. The refs having none of it. Catching number 11 in the act. That was an important foul there. Number 7, as Berlin will now be shooting 1-on-1. The ball once again in McGeever's hands at the line, showing she's a pretty good free throw shooter so far this half. Wonder if she can capitalize on these opportunities. Wethersfield is not able to make a clean rebound. Trying to work the ball up the court here. Berlin not letting them drive. Another step back 3 off the mark. As number 12 from Wethersfield, Grenier, unable to come up with the rebound. The ball rolling down her arms and out of bounds to give Berlin the ball with 22.6 seconds. Wethersfield calls for a full court press. A 2-2-1, I believe they're in. Joven Passes it at the top of the corner. Pass almost intercepted. Given to Greg. No look past the top of the corner as Berlin. 10 seconds left. Wonder who they're going to give this ball to shoot. Wethersfield giving them no space. Gregor creating her own space. Jovan with the pump fake. Layup unable to make it fall. And that is the half. 2016. Eagles are up. Berlin given opportunities here to score, unable to make them fall. You know, as Coach King said, it's a tooth and nail game. To be only down by 4 at the half, really, you know, they've shown that they can hang with Wethersfield and they can also go up on Wethersfield. You know, hoping to see a net positive gain here in the second half. They're going to need it if they want to win. Only down 4. That's 2 baskets. It can be 1 basket. A little unlikely there that they get a 4-point play, but it is possible. Still, 2 baskets, more than feasible if Berlin able to make these baskets fall. We saw some good promising plays there. Some solid layups from Halkias. Greg showing us that her broken nose not really affecting her, especially not her mental. Just diving practically at the ball on defense, showing her heart really. You know, how much she wants to win. You know, she could really hurt her nose again, not letting that affect her. She didn't play last game, as John and I talked about, in Berlin's dominant win over Maloney. I believe they won by close to 20. McGeever, as we said, was MVP in that game. McGeever showing why this game, running that offense, getting Berlin good open looks, playing very strong defense, showing her lateral quickness, really with most of these players on the court tonight. They're very, very quick, accelerate quickly, move side to side, showing that lateral quickness necessary in defense. Really, it's a good defensive game. Only 36 points scored in the half. Do not impart to a lack of offense, rather a great defensive game played by both sides. As we saw, Wethersfield, they got their shooter, number 33, in there at the second. Looked like the corner was her strong suit. It's the only place she really shot. Made 2 quick threes. Had another kind of in and out. Berlin really, you know, they gotta respect that 3 here in the second half, and Coach King definitely will talk about that at the half. Wonder if they'll switch a box and 1 on her, but if they switch a box and 1 on her, leaves number 3 open to drive. Both teams optimizing for a man-to-man defense in this first half. I would say Berlin did play better man-to-man, not letting these screens affect them in the slightest. You know, Wethersfield didn't actually utilize a single screen they had in that first quarter, choosing rather, when they saw the switch, to try and drive down for a free layup. Berlin was having none of that. Wondering how they will continue to do that here as we move into the second half, as Berlin's only down by 4. This is a more than feasible game for them to win. Welcome back, folks, as the half winds down. 20 seconds left. Berlin down by 4, 2016, entering this half. Wondering what kind of changes they need to make. They've really been dominating down in the post, especially on offenses. John and I talk about on here. Offensive rebounds really, truly, ever so important. Hoping to not try and force the ball, I think, on offense as much. Some passes seemed a little forced there in that first half. Overall, a pretty solid half by both teams. Once again, Coach King saying this would be a tooth and nail game. Berlin set to pass the ball in here as Helkias looks like she's setting up the offense. Wethersfield playing a really tight man-to-man once again. Wethersfield going up through the screen. As McGeever goes back door. Pass to Winter. Helkias looking to possibly swing it. Unable to. Nothing there. Cop in the middle of the floor. Gets herself in a good position. Very, very contested layup. Unable to make it fall. Fancy fake. Unable to make the layup fall. Tough shot in the middle of 5 people. Wethersfield just loving this full court passing thing here. Said trying to set up the offense. Really daring Berlin to step up on them. Berlin getting that talking, that chatter back up on defense. Ever so important. Wethersfield tries to fake a screen. A little spin move down the baseline. Nothing happens. Number 3 fires off a 3, hard off the backboard, right into Berlin's hands. Running the floor. Cop unable to get the layup. She was in good post position. Berlin having none of this full court nonsense. Runs in with their hand straight up. Wethersfield really can't shoot over them. Winter is a good solid player down in the post. As Wethersfield forced to get the ball at the top, outside the key, top of the key. Looked like Cop took a charge there. Think they're gonna call her for a block. Looked like she stood there, took a charge. Refs seeing it as a block. Because the shot went in, it is an and one opportunity. So Wethersfield to go back up by 6 with just under 6.5 minutes. Looked like it didn't even hit the net as it sunk through. A high arc free throw, able to make it land though. McGeever trying to get the pass up to Cop. Looked like he possibly pushed out. Ended up with Cop hitting the ball out of bounds, leaving the ball in Wethersfield's hands. Cop picking the ball up top. Wethersfield able to work the ball inside as Cop tries to block it, ends up hitting her arm a little there, leaving Wethersfield to shoot 2. That is 2 quick fouls to Berlin pick up. Berlin only had 2 fouls until like halfway through the second quarter. Wondering how those fouls will impact them later in the game. Wethersfield off the mark to the right, keeping it a 7-point game. Wethersfield able to secure the point to go up by 8 on the Redcoats. McGeever working the ball over the court. Winter gets the ball to her. Wethersfield don't know why they're not trying to trap. As they get 33 on Berlin, DeMaio for a travel. Berlin making some subs here. The freshman senior Grega and Ellison checking in. McGeever picking up Wethersfield at half court. Halkias gets the steal. Goes up for a strong layup. Wethersfield, nothing to do but to foul her, and she will be shooting 2, hoping to lessen this Wethersfield lead, whittle it down to 6, as she is set to shoot 2. Sinks the first. What a wonderful noise to hear as all it hits is the net. So Wethersfield gonna try and make sure that mishap doesn't happen at the box out again. Doesn't matter as Halkias sinks a second to make it a 6-point game. Berlin really just showing excellent free throw shooting here so far in the first. There's number 3 from Wethersfield showing she's not afraid to shoot that 3. So I'll step back in the first quarter. 3 down Carly's contested 3 here in the third as Berlin tries to make something happen. Ends up accidentally throwing it out of bounds there, giving Wethersfield the ball as Winter set to pick up this Wethersfield ball handler at half court. Nifty behind the back pass out for 3, sinks the 3. Nifty pass, sinks the shot to give Wethersfield a 12-point lead. Wethersfield bench absolutely losing their mind over that pass as Coach King and Berlin forced to take a timeout here. That strong defense we saw slowly but surely starting to dwindle down a little bit here as Wethersfield finding some confidence from beyond the arc, hitting 2 key threes. Number 3 from Wethersfield. Number 3 from Wethersfield being a key component in both of those. Getting the ball out to number 10, Barnett, Vendetti, really crafty pass there, midair, behind the back. You know, something you see on SportsCenter Top 10, you know, or, House of Highlights, showing LaMelo Ball and his phenomenal rookie season. Throwing those passes, gets a 3. She really hit her own. Really setting the tone for this game so far, showing Wethersfield, Berlin cannot be caught slacking. Wethersfield is still in it. As Berlin, wondering what Berlin sets up the offense. Grega open for 3, pump fake, resets the offense. Berlin, good driving. Ellison driving in. Grega skips a pass to McGeever out in the corner. McGeever doesn't take the shot, working it back up to Grega. Unable to make that 3 fall as McGeever looked like it could have been called a jump ball as they both had control going down, but they get McGeever for hitting that line while maintaining possession. Wethersfield ball. Grega's shot looked good, unable to make it fall. So Wethersfield driving the ball up. Another handoff. Wethersfield loving these handoff offense. Really been running the same thing for most of tonight. It's been working as number 3 setting another 3 up. That is number 25, Amadio, sinking a 3. Grega trying to catch him in transition as Wethersfield, Barnett stops with their legs. They don't call a kick, but they do call it out of bounds as we go into another mask break. Berlin down 15, just over 4 minutes left here in the third. The main reason Wethersfield has gained this large of a lead, being their 3-point shooting. Really, just not backing down, continuing to shoot their shot. Berlin, really, no answer on offense yet. Just trying to get themselves some good looks, hoping those 3s start to fall. as we come to the end of the mask break, 4:01 left in the quarter. I believe Berlin set to pass the ball in as it was off number 10, Barnett. Berlin really needing to capitalize, getting some quick points as they opt for a stack here. Wethersfield wanting them not to go inside, leaving Halkis open in the corner. Sinks that three. Really what you want to see out of Berlin here, showing they can shoot the 3-2. Halkias, telling Wethersfield, you're not the only people who can shoot. She sinks the three to make it a 12-point game. Wethersfield trying to work it in as they get it out to number 10. Overshoots it. As number 3 trying to set it up as Kopp showing good defense. Some commotion under the rim. Grega passed to McGee around the corner. Looked like she got ran into. Refs didn't see it. Gerlin playing good defense, not letting her take that left-handed layup she wanted. Swinging the ball up top. Wethersfield calling for reset. Players opting not to do it. As Berlin once again in transition. Berlin calls for offense to slow down. Wethersfield really not giving them much opportunity, giving them little to no space. Looks like they moved to a zone defense here. Berlin trying to make something happen down in the paint as Wethersfield gets a full hand on it, throwing it out of bounds in the process, giving Berlin the ball. Wethersfield calling a timeout, probably going to try and set up that defense. Calling a full 60-second timeout here. As you saw him switch to that, I don't even know what kind of zone defense. Kind of like a 1-2-2 where they're closing 2 out on the corner. Don't know how I like that defense. It really leaves the middle of the court wide open. Or say, as we see in Berlin having their strong passers, say they get it to Grega in the corner. She sees Halkias wide open across the court. That's just one simple skip, and one simple skip, and Berlin will have another free 3 points. Just Halkias making that strong 3 to start off this cap off that Berlin drive there. Berlin only down 12 now. 2:43 left in the quarter. As the timeout is coming to a close here. Wondering what kind of defensive changes Wethersfield has been cooking up here in their timeout. I wonder what Coach King is saying as both teams come back onto the floor. Berlin set to pass the ball in. Berlin running their stack inbounds play here. They once again leave McGeever open. Wethersfield backing off for the first time all game. Probably what their coach is telling them: you can't overcommit on this defense. As McGeever sets up the offense. Berlin loses the ball, gets it to Kopp, puts up a strong layup. People there in contention. She says she ain't having any of that. Down 10, 2:08 left in the third. Wondering if this defensive change from Wethersfield will start to be their downfall, as number 3 drives, looking for a travel call, don't get it. Grega and Kopp set to break this press. Good pass up to McGeever as Grega tries to get a pass to McGeever. Ends up turning it over. Good defensive recovery though by Grega on Sullivan, forcing her to just roll the ball out of bounds, and Berlin recovering the ball as Ellison and Winterjoven check in. Grega set up to run the point. Berlin got to be worried about that 3-second violation in the paint as Joven swinging the ball around top. Ellison, good pass. Kopp swinging it out to Greg in the corner. Good drive. Hard layup as Ellison comes down with it. Gets the ball out to Kopp. Berlin, once again, it's another offensive rebound. As Joven resetting the offense. Kopp sees a wide open player in the lane. Bio fouled by number 12 on Wethersfield. That is Grenier. Shooting 2, Berlin down 12 with 1 minute left. Both teams at 2 fouls on the quarter. Sinks the first, nothing but net to put Berlin down 11, inching their way back into this game. Once down 15, now down 11. She looks to make the second one. Unable to make it fall. Berlin almost able to get that rebound. So Wethersfield working the ball in. Looked like number 1 pushed Grega. Berlin, doesn't really matter as Berlin comes up with the ball. Ditches it out for a 3. Almost able to make it fall. As a loose ball, both teams end up with hands on it. Jump ball leaves it Wethersfield. Subs in for Wethersfield. As Berlin now showing their own full court man-to-man press. Wondering how Wethersfield will try to break it. As unlike a zone, you can't really pass. As Berlin now really just playing a full court man-to-man. You've been trying to slap that ball out. Grega not backing down. Ooh. A hard fall on the court. She gets up, looks a little rattled though. As that was a possession foul. Wethersfield gets the ball out to her. She drives. Just throws it away. Looks like she had someone open on there. Berlin collapsing on her with 2. Forces her to throw it out of bounds. Berlin down 11. See if they can make this a single-digit deficit as the clock winds down. 20 seconds to break this press and get one shot up. Throws it up the court to Ellison. Drives, able to draw a pushing foul. Emma showing off her speed there. Wethersfield, nothing they could do but foul as Berlin now set to inbounds the ball. Sends in. Sends in their main set of shooters. With 12.6 seconds as Kopp is set to pass the ball in. Gets it to Grega, drives, pass to Ellison. Gets it back to Halkias, open. Close. As time expires, throws up the shot over the backboard. Wouldn't have counted anyways as Berlin cuts their once 15-point deficit down to 11. Showing some promise there towards the end. You know, they were really. Berlin energy was a little low at one point, down 15. Showing promise, though, as I said, with the threes and strong drives. Once again, showing to be a pretty dominant free throw shooting team. If Wethersfield's going to keep shooting them, I truly do believe that will be the difference in the game. As we saw, Wethersfield getting not necessarily in foul trouble, but getting to those 7 fouls quicker than Berlin in the second quarter. Wondering if it will happen again here in the fourth, and if it does, what that will mean in terms of Berlin's ability to shorten this gap in the score. Berlin definitely not out of this. 11-point deficit, 8 minutes. That's more than adequate time. The threes just need to start falling. Layups need to start falling. They will start falling. Just got to keep shooting them. Trust themselves. No, play the game they know how to play. And Berlin has a chance to win it. As Berlin ref's not Berlin ball to start off the fourth. Hoping to get a quick basket here to dwindle that lead down to single digit. Working the ball up top, getting it to Grega, back to McGeever. To the corner, to Kopp, as they collapse on her. In the middle to Halkias, out to Grega. Unfortunately, no shot as she skips it to Kopp. Kopp had a wide open lane again. They were forced to foul her on the way as number 20 from Berlin, Kopp, set to shoot 2. Hoping to make this a single point deficit. Single digit. Sinks the first, making a 10-point game. What was once 15 is now 10. Berlin bringing this game back. Kopp set to shoot the second. Sinks the second to make it a single-digit deficit. Down 9 with 7:30. Number 3. Pass it to number 11, Wethersfield. Berlin not backing down on defense. Not letting Wethersfield really set anything up. Wondering if they're going to try this little give and go, more like screen and go play. As it gets them a basket. That is number 11 from Wethersfield. Set the screen, pick and roll. Halkias open. Halkias answers right back with an and one layup, showing her strength, not backing down. Halkias looks to make this possibly an 8-point game. Unable to make it fall as Kopp gets the ball tapped over her head. Wethersfield moving the ball up the court. Ellison picking her up at half court. Freshman not backing down. Wethersfield throwing the ball away, getting it to Halkias, to Grega up the court, one-on-one. Gets it to Kopp at the top of the key. Unable to make it fall. Ellison, the freshman, grabbing the board. Once again, swinging it to Kopp. Kopp drawing a foul. Wethersfield already almost in foul trouble here. Look, they really can't afford to give Berlin all these free throws, showing that that's one of Berlin's best part of their game so far this game. Best part of their offense in terms of ability to score points has been their free throw shooting, as they get it to Ellison. Kopp in the corner now. Not liking her options. Wethersfield, number 12, Grenier, reaching. Berlin, you know, really the ref's teaching. You can't reach. We will call you all day for that. That is a foul. Kopp set to shoot at least one. Looking at hopefully shoot 2, as we are now in 1-1. 10 fouls will be the double bonus. Seeing when Wethersfield will get that 10th foul. Kopp sinks the first. What was once 15 is now 8. So Berlin crawling back into this game, inching their way. Sinks the second. 7-point game. Picking their mans up full court. Throws a full court pass, almost intercepted. Good ball placement by number 3. Vendetti. Berlin Berlin picks up their 4th team foul of the half on number 24, the freshman, Emma Ellison. She picks up her man at half court. Wethersfield trying to get this pick and roll offense going here. This is what they've been doing all game. It's worked so far for them. She picks up her dribble. Berlin switching well now on these screens. Emma gets a hand on the balls. Number 25 holds on to it pretty strongly. Grega playing strong defense, not letting Wethersfield get anywhere with it. As they get it to the corner to number 3. Air ball from her as Claire McGeever comes up with the rebound, looking to possibly make a basket out of this in transition. Runs the court, gets it to Kopp for 3. Kopp makes it a 4-point game. They have now come back 11 points on Wethersfield. Like I said, Berlin never out of this. All it takes is 2 baskets now. As Emma tries to go up with a big steal. Unable to get it. Number 3 drives, unable to make the layup fall. Emma being strong down low. Gets a jump ball call. Emma Ellison, the freshman, not backing down whatsoever. Wethersfield set to pass the ball in. They have Vendetti, their nifty ball pass. Oh, she is checked out. Number 25 now, set to pass the ball in. Throws it over Kopp to 23 up top. Wethersfield looks like they want to pull it. Almost had a turnover there. Wethersfield a little rattled. Driving. As they call, I don't believe that was a foul. I believe it was number 5 on Wethersfield stepped out of bounds. It's number 5, Griffin, stepping out of bounds, giving Berlin the ball. Momentum going their way. 4:38 left in the 4th. See what Berlin's got left in their tank. Allison passing it back out to McGeever, to Grega. Almost able to make it fall. As Halkia is saying, you're not taking that from me. It looked like they were hugging her, but I don't know. As Wethersfield, McGeever picking up number 5 at half court. Wethersfield, no free baskets for them. As Berlin picking up Wethersfield up top. Wethersfield really just passing the ball here. They are up by only 4 now. Kind of looks like they're trying to play time as they drive. McGeever with a foul, forcing number 10, Barnett, to shoot 2. Berlin does have 2 more fouls to give before Wethersfield starts shooting. Wonder how they'll utilize those fouls as we go into what I assume is our final match break of the game with under 4 minutes left in that game. Berlin once down 15, now down 4. What a comeback it's been. Really, it's the threes. It's just Berlin's offense has caught a flame. Berlin's offense has caught a flame here in this 4th quarter. At the end, really, it started at the end of the 3rd. They've now had, I believe I think it's a 13-2 or an 11-0 run in terms of points. Wethersfield with no answer so far. Wonder if that attempt to change their defense will make much of a would end up being the game changer here. As Berlin has 3 full timeouts left on the half. 3 60-second timeouts. They can use that in a multitude of ways here. whether it's a key timeout when a loose ball, Berlin gets control, Wethersfield crashing, they call timeout, reset there. I call a timeout later in the game as the clock's winding down, as the match break is over. And we are set to resume play here. 3:44 left in the game. Berlin down by 4. We left off with a foul, shooting foul. Number 10, Barnett of Wethersfield will be shooting. As Wethersfield looks to extend their lead, don't know if they'll be able to, but looking to. As number 10, Barnett sinks the first one. Didn't really free throw routine, kind of spinning it on her hands. Didn't look like she stopped the spin. Kind of, flick of the wrist, made it. As Halkias grabs rebound for the missed second, looking to push the floor here, down 5. Grega forcing, Wethersfield forced to respect the 3. Grega probably will be able to drive past when they overcommit on a 3. As they skip it to Grega, pump fake. Grega trying to work the ball inside. Halkias open. Gets the ball back to McGeever. Out to the corner to Grega. Back to McGeever at the top. To Winter. Winter shoots it. Unable to make it fall. As they get Claire McGeever for foul there. Tried to go up and over. Ended up crashing into her. Berlin not backing down from this full court man press as Wethersfield checks back in. Number 3, Vendetti, and number 1, Sullivan. Wethersfield. Oh, Berlin Trapper did good. Unable to get the trap. Wethersfield now, holding the ball up top. So now starting to work it around the key, work around the arc, as Halkias comes up with a huge tip there. Getting the ball to Riley Kopp. Riley drawing a huge blocking foul. She will now be shooting at least 1, if not 2 free throws. Berlin down 5, 2:47 left in the game. As this is now Wethersfield eighth team foul, it says here. Closing in on that automatic 2 free throw shots as the freshman Ellison set back in. As Kopp sinks the first, showing she is truly a dominant free throw shooter. Been consistent all game. 4-point game, looking to make it 3. She sinks the second, textbook, nothing but net. It's a beautiful shot as Kopp getting pressure on their ball handler. Sorry, McGeever getting pressure on their ball handler, not backing down, showing her good lateral movement, quickness, side to side, not letting her go in. So Wethersfield trying to get a shot. Number 1 drives, throws it off the rim. Berlin looking to push the ball here, down 3, gets it to Kopp. Grega open at the top of the key. As they work it down low to the freshman as Wethersfield pokes it out of her hands. Winter Yovan checks back in for the freshman as captain senior Winter Yovan. No longer running the stack. Grega open in the corner. Shows off her own ball handling skills. Back to Grega for 3. Halkias makes a diving save as Kopp trapped. Berlin able to get the timeout in time as they were in trouble. Kopp was trapped. What a diving play by Halkias, putting her body on the line. Really, sacrificing it all. Kopp, good heads-up play, showing the high mental IQ Berlin's holding here. Really, it's really brought them back. Now, what was, as I'll say again, what was once 15 has dwindled all the way down to only 3 with 2:01 left in the 4th. Wethersfield 8 fouls, Berlin 6. Because the next time they foul, whoever they foul will be shooting 1 free throw, if not 2. At least 1, really. Wethersfield inching close to that 2 free throw mark, the double bonus. Interested to see how these fouls will affect the team's late game here, as Berlin down 3, set to pass the ball in here. You know, they can get it to one of their shooters. Kopp, Halkias, Grego, Joven. Really, they're all shooters. McGeever. Really, they're all shooters. If they can get it to any of them, this game could be tied up like that, as Berlin goes back into stack formation to check the ball in. Wonder if Wethersfield will continue to leave that corner option open on it, as they set a pick for Halkias to get a 3 off. Wethersfield able to get a hand on it. McGeever moving the ball in, trying to penetrate, gets it to Kopp. Kopp open. Starts to counter, sees Grega open across the top of the key there. Wethersfield able to tap it as Grega and McGeever just having a little catch between themselves as Grega starts to penetrate. It's about the winner, sees an open Claire. Look at Berlin driving, getting the ball into Halkias. Looked like they both held it for 3 seconds or so, you know, that jump ball time. As Claire rips it from Wethersfield. They do call it jump ball time, but it doesn't even matter. Ends up in Berlin's hand anyways. Claire McGeever, big heads up play, showing once again her strong mental. As Berlin enters a stack again, wonder if they'll just play this safe, as they do. Get it to Greg at the top, 1:15, down 3. Berlin just needs a 3, and it's a tie ball game. 108 here. So energy's high from both benches. Berlin takes a timeout, probably to set up their offense. Coach King has a lot of experience when it comes to coaching basketball teams. She knows what she's doing. She knows what kind of play they need to run. Wethersfield probably just going to talk about how to tighten up their defense. We saw when they originally switched. This is probably the better defense to run against Berlin, but when they originally switched, they were overcommitting, specifically number 1 from Wethersfield, and Kathleen Sullivan. Now, her overcommits wouldn't really be regarded as overcommits because they came up with big. She got her finger on the ball a couple times, came up with some big takeaways. But if they're able to utilize a pump fake, she likes to jump out at the ball. Something like that would leave at least one of Berlin players wide open, as it would then be a 5-on-4, whether it's work the ball down low, Tioven or Halkias. With just under a minute here, they do have enough time to take two field goals. You know, whether it's a 2-point field goal or from beyond the arc for 3. Winner setting a screen, trying to get Halkias. Leaving Winner open in the corner. She sees a skip pass to McGeever. One more to Kopp in the corner. Unable to make it fall. It was a good look. Unable to make it fall. As the freshman Ellison checked in for the senior captain Joven. As the freshman not backing down, getting her hand out there. This is her house now. They get the ball into number 12. They get it back to number 3. Wethersfield called a timeout. The ref stood in here. Has 33 seconds left. Wethersfield. Oh, the refs looked a little trigger happy as Grega made what was number 1 hers, ripped that ball out of her arms. I don't know what they called that on. Looked a little trigger happy. At the end of the day, though, it leaves Wethersfield with shooting. As Berlin calling pointing out the importance of boxing out. We saw what happened earlier when Wethersfield had the inadequate boxing out. Hoping not to see the same thing from Berlin, as she unfortunately sinks the first to make it a 4-point Wethersfield lead. 39-35, 20 24.5 seconds. Ref talking to one of Berlin's players. Don't know why. Possibly about stepping over the line early. Don't know what that's about. As Wethersfield sinks both. Claire McGeever pushing the ball up. Showing her handles. Getting it to Kopp. They need to shoot soon. 15 seconds. 8 seconds left. A wild turn of events. Grega ripping the ball from her. 4 seconds. As Berlin throwing the ball down low, unable to get the shots up. As time expires on the clock, Berlin unfortunately on the wrong end here. 40-35. It was a tooth and nail game, as Coach King said. Both teams showing a lot of fire, a lot of energy. Really a solid team by both. Solid game by both. Number 3, Vendetti from Wethersfield, really just showing just high basketball IQ there. How she's a strong shooter, just nifty, you know, what you see on not on Barstool, on House of Highlights, with like LaMelo Ball behind the back, stuff like that. Just stuff like that. She ultimately gave Wethersfield the edge, but that is the game. And at the end, with that, I'd like to thank all of you at home from joining us tonight to view the girls basketball team here at Berlin High School. I am Connor Therian. If you liked what you saw tonight, don't be afraid to subscribe to view all our sporting events. They are all live streamed here at BHS Broadcast TV. Thank you to the camera and the people behind me running this. I got Biggie out there up in the stands running the camera out there. Tyler, Marek, and Gail doing a great job. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Don't forget to subscribe.